Hello, my loves. So this energy started coming in last night, and it came in actually from a few different directions. It's a very specific message from a masculine. Actually, like I said, it feels like it's coming from a few different masculines to a few different feminines. It's a very specific energy, but it does feel that it's for a few of you. So what's coming through is this energy of a masculine who ran away, walked away, like cut things off. And what came through was part of it became some of the push-pull energy. But what it was for the masculine side, how this energy came through was at the time, I I know this belief that pain equals love. And I know that you love me if my absence hurts you. And what came through is I apologize. I created this separation with you out of my wounding, my belief that I will know you truly love me if my absence hurts you. That was like one stream. And then this other one was like someone who pushed you away, believing you would prove your love by holding on and chasing. This is what they've learned. And I'm going to pull on this. I will say that there was a feminine that came through on the other side, a feminine energy that it was like clearing and dissolving the belief that pain equals love. So this is kind of taking it into that shared space for wound energy. And it feels like maybe we talked about that a couple days ago, like where that energy, when you're feeling all of the love and then the separation happens and the pain and the love get mixed. So I feel that this is an energy that goes back to that original core wound. If you're uncertain, if you're touching in with some of these energies, I do have some core wound sessions. There's a free one here on the channel. There's also some on my website. And the most recent one around organizing power may help to clear up some of the uncertainty. Anyway, I'll put all of that in the pinned comment. But this came through as the feminine as I only respond to love, truth, and respect that's meant for me. And it feels like the feminine's on the other side of this. This may be why you're part of what you're clearing out when you're clearing those deeper core wound energies. You're strong and stable enough that you're not running or shutting down. And so it's opening back up to these deeper past pains to clear out. So, in your loving yourself so much, it's replacing the pain. I apologize. As you can tell, I feel a little bit all over the place with this energy. This is very interesting. It came through strong last night, and I wrote the notes because I was like, well, let's see if this persists and really wants to be a video. And then as this day has gone on, it's been like this melancholy, stuck energy, like running in the background. So it did feel that it was important for this message to get out to someone or maybe multiple of you. So this is, well, we're just going to let it be what it is. It's coming through, so I'm going to honor it. What I am going to do is open up to this masculine energy and what they want to share that they have been learning. I would like to ask for this to come directly from source, the higher selves of this masculine collective as guided by the highest source. Yeah, there's something really wobbly about it as I'm saying that. Like, it's very important to me that this is clear and direct and genuine. Okay, that's why that's coming through. Because this masculine struggled with understanding his full emotions, his full feelings and how he dealt with things when he felt the pain, he just shut down, but the love was still there. And then it created more confusion because he thought when he shut it, the love would stop, but it didn't. And even though he piled on different distractions from different directions, it still has not been able to suffocate out the love, is what's coming through. Okay. So, yes. All right. We do need this to come direct from source. We want clarity, truth, genuine, honest energy coming forward for this group of feminines that may be resonating with this. And we're going to ask to bring in the supportive energy of Mother Earth to help stabilize this energy and these messages. Wow. Okay, this is a very interesting energy. I am guided to do a little bit of sage. Thank you all for being patient with me. I'm really kind of particular about messages and the energies that come through. It feels important to me always that we get as much clarity and truth from what we're doing as possible. And I can feel in this masculine's energy that is something that he struggles with. Um, so let's see. Just roll with me on this one. Okay. Thank you. I'm just gonna share like what I'm feeling in this masculine side energy is a heaviness, a bit of pain around the heart space. The last few messages, the Three of Swords did come out. So, okay, masculine, what would you like to share with us around this heart space pain and what you're learning from this process? Because that was how I wrote it. It ended last night. It was like, and this is what I've learned. And I was like, well, either it's going to unfold or that's the part I'm supposed to bring through on this message. Okay. So the magician's sword, confidence in your magic. What I'm immediately feeling, wow, is where the masculine wants the feminine to be confident in who she is, all of her gifts and talents. And I feel an apologetic, regretful energy. And how it's coming through is that this masculine saw your light, saw your gifts, saw your magic, and didn't think that he could match you or meet you in that. And that was part of why he walked away. But this is also coming through that this is part of what he is learning is that he's starting to gain confidence in his own inner magic, his light, his energy, the energy that the feminine mirrored to him over this time. He's been seeing because the love would not go away no matter what he tried to do. It was just like igniting this truth and this confidence, this sort of truth. And how I feel it is like it's smoldering from the inside out. And as this is opening, as these words are forming within him, it's wow. What I feel is this energy of like trying to grasp the words and the energy to be able to articulate it. What he's showing is that the feminine is really good at articulating what she's feeling in the energies. And that's something that feels like a foreign language to him. His emotions, expressing his emotions through words feels like a foreign language, but this is part of what is being ignited. And this is actually why this message is allowed to come through here now. A lot of times I would do my masculine messages on for my members because they really were pulled back and like to be more private. But this energy feels like where the masculine is starting to dip his toe into the water and opening up to practicing articulating what he's feeling. What's also coming through is that some of the feminines here may be feeling this within their own inner masculine. There may be pockets or energies coming up within you that are new for you, or new ways that you have not expressed or articulated yourself ever before in this certain, it feels like in certain ways around certain topics. So the biggest part that's coming through is like you'll know if this is connected with you because you'll be seeing experiences and lessons that you have been learning within yourself as the divine feminine. Okay. There was another card that I picked, and I'm going to go into that in a minute, but I want to get a little bit more with this magician short sword confidence in your magic because it feels like as the feminine is gaining self-confidence for herself without needing external validation. And she's really like releasing that. She's not needing the masculine to validate her and support her. She's open to receiving validation and support because she deserves it and she's open to receiving it, but it's not something that she needs to feed her confidence. Her confidence is being sourced from within. And this is part of that ignition internally that the masculine is feeling with building his own inner confidence in his magic. I'm seeing that this goes even deeper. It's like it's going deeper in not just in your intuitive abilities, but it's like how you look, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your body and your how you navigate your emotions, how you feel about your connection to spirit, how you're navigating your intuitive spiritual world in the physical world, and how confident you are with being all of who you are for yourself, first, of course, where you're gaining confidence with other areas of your life, like speaking, right? Or being public or being social. It just feels like this can go into any topic. And what's coming through really quick from this masculine for this feminine is that there was something back when you split, when he walked away, when you walked away, that this feminine you were not confident with. But but you are confident with it now. In fact, there might be four or five different things that you've gained confidence with, and what's coming through is to go back, write down, really sit and think and ponder like what was really uncomfortable for you back then and what have you gained the confidence in now. You might actually be surprised once you start writing how much you discover. Okay. Because the masculine here wants you to know that as you have built your self confidence and strength and power for yourself without needing the external validation from others, that has really ignited more confidence within him. Okay, that's really hitting home. That this was some of the energy that was not coming through until I sat down to do this. So it definitely wanted to come through for you. Okay, so I'm guided to get a little bit more again about this confidence. Okay, okay. So this is a masculine that is acknowledging that you may have walked away or you walked away because there was some levels of energetic betrayal or physical world betrayal that were occurring. Some of it felt uncertain, some of it you know about. What's coming through is some of it was in the energetic field between you, it was actions of betrayal that he may have been taking in the physical world that were mirroring patterns of betrayal that were in your system or within the connection. But this is coming through that this process of the betrayal and the walking away happened for both of you. And it is something that he has been learning about. It's something that he has been maturing through and growing through. And your capacity to walk away when things didn't feel aligned or respectful or supportive, that helped open up this process for the masculine to see some of these deeper patterns over time. It took time for sure. I'm sure many of you who are resonating with this can attest that this has been probably over some time before you're receiving this message. But that at first it was just clamped down, but over time, as everything has had space and as you have grown in your confidence and that sort of truth, that truth energy you've been holding with yourself is helping to cut through those clouds that we've been speaking about and helping the masculine to mature and see what he could have done different. And he's been applying those differences into his current circumstances. Okay. And so this next card, interestingly, as we here in the Northern Hemisphere are moving into winter, we have winter's dream gestation period. And when I see this shell like this, it immediately brings me into processing trauma, processing PTSD, but they're finally starting to thaw out and actually process. There's something over this season, over these next months, that is going to be healing very deeply in the internal psyche of the masculine. Okay, there's more that wants to come with this as well. Okay, so what I'm feeling is that the feminine may be also feeling this within her third eye, within her telepathic capacity, within her nervous system. She may be guided, you feminines may be guided to really work more deeply with calming your nervous system. Maybe you've already been working on the emotional and spiritual side, but now you're pulling in the physical side, like making sure you have proper nutrition and fresh air and all of those things that help the nervous system to heal. Let's see. Okay. What else is this masculine learning in this process? What wants to come forward with this? Okay. There's some confirmation. So it does feel, again, to confirm a very deep healing in the crown, the third eye, in the energetic centers. But again, this feels like it's very deeply going into the brain, into the nervous system. And so if you're feeling this or wanting to feel this, um, this deep like healing and nourishing of the nervous system. Wow, a few years ago, I did a little mini program nourishing the nervous system, but I'm kind of feeling like we might be ready for another level of that. If any of you guys feel like that would feel supportive, let me know. I feel like it's this nourishing and this healing of the nervous system over this next season feels exceedingly important for the deeper healing, and it feels connected to the masculine's capacity to articulate his emotions and his ability to move forward with speaking them externally. So it feels like really important for those of you that are resonating with this that the masculine part of part of the frozen energy, part of the pulled back frozen energy was actually where he had this frozen, dissociated, bypassing PTSD type energy literally in his nervous system. And there was only so much capacity to articulate. Not because he's very intelligent, this masculine is intelligent, but when your system is frozen, I'm sure all of you can attest to if you're having a day or time frame like this, where there's so much frozen and there's so much up and so much there. Like you just have to give it space to sort through it. And it feels like that is been in process, but it also feels like something about this season. This is going to be unraveling and thawing very swiftly because this message, for those of you that are resonating, it feels like as both have been working from both of their sides, it's like now coming into the shared space. So it's getting thawed and healed from both directions. And again, as it hits that tipping point, there will be some movement forward. Is there anything that wants to come through around that? Okay. Okay, one more shaman dream. What may be coming forward? What can you be aware of, work with? Just what is going to be beneficial? Two came. Okay. Eye of the needle, intentionality, will of the wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. Wow. So this is like the energy of what I just described. I feel like it's like where the counterparts are working on thawing this like high heart energy. And they're both working from their directions on the shadows. And as it thaws, it opens, and it's like this bright light, that eye of the needle, where things sync back up, where things re merge. This is another stream we've been picking up on. I want to say, like, this is connecting with the stream of energy that I've been working on, but it doesn't feel like the only story connected to that stream. It just feels like a very specific part of the collective that wanted to come through. And it feels like this might be connected to a feminine who feels that her masculine is nowhere in sight potentially, and or very uncertain about how things are going to move forward. This feels like just keep going like you've been doing. Of course, keep focusing on yourself. As it's coming forward, it does really feel like things will be healing. And what's coming to me is like this sort of truth sort of clicks in things into place. Oh, wow, that even looks like the sword now. I never noticed that before. But it's like just keep focusing on the truth. That's sort of the beauty of truth. You don't need to know all the answers. You don't need to know how it's going to play out. All you have to do is keep aligning with your truth, keep aligning with your highest potential. In whatever, however, whoever, whatever plays out is going to be what is aligned for you, my loves. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it here. Hopefully, this was helpful for someone because it definitely wanted to come through. And it does feel very much like whatever this energy is, it is in process of thawing out. All right, my loves, sending you a lot of love. Hope it was helpful. Again, all my information will be in the pinned comment if you would like to connect with me one-on-one or check in with some of those recorded sessions. You have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace.